Hello, guys, and welcome to the Yankees On Deck podcast. I'm your host, Matt Cunningham, and I'm finally back after a few weeks off. I went on vacation to Scotland and for 10 days, so I couldn't film during that time. Obviously, I didn't bring my equipment or anything, and a little bit before that, before I left, I couldn't film for a bit just because I was really busy starting internship and summer classes and whatnot. So I'm back. Unfortunately, some good news, but some really bad news as of right now tonight for the Yankees. The Yankees beat the Orioles 4-2, and the big blow though is Aaron Judge getting hit by a pitch. And right now, we really don't know how severe it is. He was hit in the third inning, the bottom of the third, by a pitch from the Orioles pitcher, Suarez. First name Albert Suarez. 93-mile-an-hour fastball in, hit him in the hand. Judge kind of, grimaced a little bit, but stayed in the game, in the later half of that inning. But then, his next go around in the order, Yankees took him out and put Trent Grisham in to pinch hit. And at that point, honestly, I just really was beyond just belief, frustrated, annoyed, hoping for the best at this point, and still am. I mean, right now, the latest update we have is that they removed him from the game, and right now he's heading to New York Presbyterian to get an MRI. And he will meet with the Yankees team doctor there, Dr. Christopher Ahmad. And right now, that is the only update that has come out. As soon as I see something, I will give you guys an update. I'm constantly, during this episode, I'm refreshing Twitter. So I'm trying to see, any reliable Yankees people out there, writers and whatnot, to see if they can update, if they're updating on this during this episode, because I don't know. Maybe it's really bad, and maybe it's not. I don't know. I hope it's not. I hope it's just a bad bruise or something, but we just got to really hope that the hand's not broken. But really, just after that happened, I just kind of went into a bad space with just thinking of the worst. I mean, Judge got hit on the hand several years back against the Royals. A guy named Jacob Junis, hit him on the hand. It was an accident. And, Judge, I honestly don't remember how much time Judge had to miss from that, but it was bad. Oh yeah, 2018. Yeah, Judge broke his right wrist. Only played in 112 games. My gosh. Yep, I remember that. I just didn't remember how severe it was, but yeah, it was that severe. Oh, let's hope that this isn't that. Because if we lose Judge for an extended period of time, we're screwed. We were absolutely screwed. The Dodgers, they lost Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts, actually, a few days ago, he got hit on the hand, fractured it, and he's going to be out 6 to 8 weeks. He's not going to need surgery, but he's going to be out for an extended period of time, a few months. And that's a huge blow for the Dodgers. I mean, the Dodgers, though, they have a big lead in the NL West, like over an 8-game lead. So they should be fine, but still, I mean, Mookie Betts, I mean, that's, the Yankees can't afford that, because Aaron Judge, I mean, we saw what happened with Aaron Judge last year when we lost him and the team just totally collapsed. Not even that, but it's a tight race right now between the Orioles and the Yankees. I mean, Yankees now have a 2.5-game lead against the Orioles. I mean, the Orioles are still very much in the race, and you take Aaron Judge out of the equation, I don't even know if this is a playoff team, to be honest with you. So, yeah, and Aaron Judge came back into the game, and a lot of people were making great points on Twitter. In the Dodgers series where Judge ran into the outfield wall, he came back into the game. And that's why when Judge came back into the game tonight, I didn't really feel so confident, because that's kind of who Aaron Judge is as a leader. He wants to fight through it, says, oh, no, I'm fine. But clearly he wasn't fine, because they had to remove him. He was in some pain. And, one of the reporters, Brennan Cootie, was saying how, Aaron Judge was squeezing the trainer's hand, and it was kind of hard to squeeze. And you just hope that it's not broken. So I'm really down right now, honestly, a bit. Until I hear otherwise that it's not broken or fracture is technically broken, but there's like levels of broken. It could be like a slight hair fracture or something. I don't know. I just hope it's not. I hope it's not that bad. Uh, there was this guy on Yankee Twitter. I posted this on my Yankees on Deck story. He said his dad was like a sports medicine doctor, and that hit kind of like the fatty part of Judge's wrist, like arm area, or no, hand area, and that Judge was kind of pulling away from the ball, and that it doesn't look like it was broken. Like it did damage to break it, but I don't know. I mean, who knows if that's what that guy's saying is true or not? But I don't know. You watch the replay. Judge didn't show like he was in a ton of pain. I mean, Mookie Betts, when he got hit, I mean, he went down immediately. He was like screaming in agony. He got hit. You watch the Mookie Betts film and then you watch the Aaron Judge film. It looks like Mookie Betts got hit more directly on the bone. But I don't know. I mean, I'm not a doctor, but just simple observation there. It looks like, maybe Mookie Betts got a little bit more of the bone on his hit by pitch than Judge did. But I don't know. It's because Judge was like on the lower part of the hand, like by the wrist, which I mean that's not great either. But I don't know. And the backstory that led to all this because it's important, or I don't really know if this was as to why. I don't know. People were thinking that it was intentional, and when Judge got hit, I said there's no way it's intentional because the Yankees are up 1-0 in the third inning. Why would they hit him intentionally? So, okay, now let me cover the backstory. If you don't know the backstory, Soto was on second, right? And Stan hits a little dribbler to the third baseman. The third baseman has to come over a bit. He has to run in, right? Because he's playing deep on Stan. Stan's incredibly slow, so he's going to be out regardless. But the third baseman, Jordan Westburg on the Orioles, coming in. So Soto's running on contact because it's 2 outs. You run on contact. And he runs, and Westburg literally runs right in front of Soto, and Soto collides with him. He runs like right in the middle of Soto, and Soto collides with him because Westburg's got to run in to get the ball, and he's got to go through the runner's lane. And Soto's just staying in his lane, running to third base, and they collide. And people on Twitter are saying, "Oh, that's a dirty play," this and that. "Oh, Juan Soto, that's so dirty." Let me just say this to the Orioles fans: it's not dirty. It's not. Go and watch the film. Westburg runs into Soto. Soto is minding his business, running to third base. And don't tell me I don't understand the rules. I understand the rules very clear. Okay, yes, the infielder has the right of way, obviously there. He has all the right. If a collision happens there, obviously the right goes to the defender. I understand that. But Soto, what's Soto supposed to do as a runner? Just stand there and then I get tagged out anyway? I mean, he's running on contact. It's 2 outs. It's not like he ran out of the base path to collide with Westburg. Westburg ran right in front of him. So what do you want Soto to do? Just stand there and not run at all and then get tagged out? I don't understand what you expect Soto to do there. What do you expect Juan Soto to do? Do you expect him to just not run at all? So it wasn't a dirty play. It wasn't. Stop that shit. It's nonsense. If you think that's a dirty play, you've never played baseball. I'm sorry. Okay, collisions happen all the time. It's a part of the game, and you can clearly tell if something was intentional or not because if a guy is going out of his way to do that, which Juan Soto didn't. Juan Soto's simply playing baseball. There's 2 outs. Ball hit on the ground, slow roller. You think, oh, maybe the runner could beat it out, but Stan's incredibly slow, so he can't. But there's always a chance, maybe the infielder can bobble it or something. So you hustle and you run it out. And the same thing with a guy on second or third. Juan Soto's on second. He's running it out. It's a slow roller. Anything can happen. The guy can fumble it. And they collide because Westburg comes into the base path. Well, it's not like Juan Soto went out of the base path to collide with Westburg. He didn't do that. And the only reason Soto was called out is because in that collision, all
all the right goes to the defender. He has right away because that's the MLB rule. But Juan Soto was simply doing his job, running to third base and
trying to make it to third base.
he was hustling hard out of the gate because you know what? Maybe he could have been thinking, "Oh yeah, I'm running to third base, slow roller. I'm gonna run past before Westbrook gets the ball, so I can make it to third in case he bobbles it or can't make the play, and then or gets in, thinks, oh, I can go to third, or say maybe Stan somehow beats it out." I mean, that's the thinking behind it. Just go watch the film, people. I mean, it's just mind blowing. People make up shit that isn't true. And so then, as a result, Westberg apparently came out of the game, but he didn't trip. He almost tripped. Apparently, he was hurt. He had to come out of the game, and so then Aaron Judge gets hit on the hand, and I didn't think it was intentional because I had no thoughts that it could be intentional. Because the Yankees are up 1-0 in the third, right? Like I said, why would they put a guy on in the heart of the order when it's 1-0? I mean, when they're still very much in the game. If they're down like 4-5-0 or they're winning by several runs, yeah, sure, okay. But we're barely into the game. It's 1-0 Yankees. Why would the Orioles do that? Why would they do that? So in my mind, it was just, all right, it slipped away from the guy. I was pissed because I'm like, shit, I mean, this is our best player. But I didn't think there was no intent behind it. Fast forward to when Gleyber Torres gets hit. Gleyber Torres, I'm trying to find the inning where he gets hit. Gleyber Torres was hit. I don't remember the inning. Trying to find out the inning here. Oh yeah, he was. Or no, that's an old story. What inning was this? Bottom of the fifth. Gleyber Torres gets hit on the hand. And then the Yankees got to inspect him. I mean, hopefully he's all right. I don't think they took him out of the game. But, yeah, they didn't say they took him out of the game. Okay. Here's an update on Aaron Judge. Andy Martino just tweeted, Boone declined to say what initial x-rays on Judge said. They will wait full until doctor report. All right, he terribly wrote that sentence out. What he meant to say obviously was they will wait for the full report from the doctor. They will wait until the doctor report. Okay. So, all right, I don't really know how to think about this because Boone declined to comment. I mean, it could be one or two things, right? It could be it's very bad because the Yankees have X-ray machines, right? In Yankee Stadium, right? So he obviously got that. So it could be he had that and they think, shit, it looks broken. We got to double confirm this. Let's send him to the hospital, have him get an MRI. And, because the X-ray Yankee Stadium could look really bad. And then now Boone doesn't want to comment because they gotta double confirm shit. Or it could be, it didn't look that bad, but hey, let's double confirm it's our best player, so we'll take him to the hospital. So either way, Boone's not gonna say anything. I really can't react to this because I think either way, good or whether the initial scan was good or bad, Boone's not gonna say anything because he doesn't want to shoot himself in the foot. I mean, it's Yankees take extra precautions, and they double confirm everything. So they're not. Aaron Boone's not going to make a comment on this when they're doing tests until the shit's confirmed. So, and that's whether it's minor or severe. So I can't really react to that honestly. Some people commenting saying pain, so it's for sure broken. No, that's not what it means. Damn. Yeah. So can't really react to that. But I thought initially reading it, I thought it said X-rays were negative. In other news, Aaron Boone said Jason Dominguez has an oblique strain. Okay, that's good news. That's not severe. Oblique strain doesn't know the severity. I don't think oblique strain is usually a bad thing.
Aaron Boone said he doesn't have an update on Aaron Judge. This is from another reporter. He got an X-ray and CT scan. All right. Still has to see the team doctor, says Brendan Cootie. So we're getting bits and pieces of more information as I'm just scrolling here on Twitter right now. It's too early to react to any of this, honestly. It's just wait and see right now. Wait and see. It sucks. I don't want to jump to things, but I'm very nervous. Very, very nervous. It feels like 2018, man, all over again. Because I remember that. I remember when he got hit on the hand by that Royals pitcher, Jacob Junis. And I bringing it up tonight, I briefly forgot if it was a broken hand or not, but I remember it being bad. So, yeah, obviously it was a broken hand. But that was bad too. I mean, and that guy didn't throw incredibly hard. He threw like 93, 94. And this is what this guy for the Orioles was throwing tonight, Suarez, 93, 94. So it doesn't take a high 90s fastball to break a guy's hand, obviously. So you just hope that it didn't get too much of the bone and he's all right. Really sucks. Really dampens the mood. Honestly, can't enjoy this win at all, really, because if these results are bad, I mean, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? I mean, we saw how this team has played when Aaron Judge is not in the lineup. They just look lost. They forget how to hit. Or at least that was 2023 team. I don't know if 2024 and the times, how many games has Judge not played? I mean, I don't know. It's just when Judge isn't in the lineup, it's just this team doesn't hit. And yeah, we got Juan Soto, but I mean, the whole point was to have two big boppers in Judge and Soto. So I just hope it's. Oh man. So Yankees win 4-2, but now we just wait on Judge. And I can cover some of the other game highlights. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't know if I said this already, but I kind of zoned out from the game after the Judge injury because I just was constantly refreshing my feed on Twitter trying to see what the update was. Because it feels like this just cannot be happening right now. So I don't know. If I get any updates, like I've said, I will, keep you guys posted. But overall, Yankees offense, I mean, Judge was 1 for 1, had a base hit in the first, before the hit by pitch. Volpe was 1 for 5, had an RBI. Soto was 0 for 2, had 3 walks, though. Stan was 1 for 3, drove in a run. Ben Rice, he is the Yankees' 12th best prospect. They called him up from AAA, where he's been mashing. On the year between AA and AAA, he's hit 275, 15 home runs. And this is in light of, obviously, because Anthony Rizzo got hurt the other day in Boston in that collision at first base. And he's going to be out for, they said, 8 weeks. So Ben Rice is going to be our first baseman for these next several weeks, at least for now. And we'll see what happens at the trade deadline. But I really like this kid. Big, tall kid, left-handed hitter, has a lot of pop. He had a huge hit tonight to load the bases for his first big league hit. So he was 1 for 4. And I'm excited to watch this kid play. I mean, this kid, he was an unranked prospect not too long ago, about a little over a year ago. And now he's close to top 10 in the Yankee system. And now he's ranked. And he's I'm excited. I'm excited to see what this kid's got. And I mean, I've said this too on Twitter and the Yankees on Deck, Instagram, that I'm glad the Yankees are doing this because the Yankees had 2 guys in the minor leagues that played first base and have done well, at least hitting wise. That's Ben Rice and TJ Rumfield. And I wanted the Yankees to call up one of those 2 guys because, look, yes, you can move DJ to first, and the Yankees actually did that late in this game. But DJ is old. DJ's 35 years old. He is way past his prime. I mean, he hasn't been close to the player that he was since 2019 when he was an all-star, hit over 300. He hasn't been close to that player since we signed him to his contract extension. So, he's not going to be a valuable he's not going to be anything significant replacement over Rizzo. I understand Rizzo hasn't been great this year, but Rizzo, has had a lot more recent success. I mean, last year he was amazing until he got hurt than DJ LeMahieu has. So that's all I'm going to say. And you can't, I mean, and DJ, he can't. I mean, he's an okay first baseman, but he's not, anything spectacular. And he hasn't done anything with the bat this year. He's 35. I mean, yeah, what are you doing? I mean, might as well just give one of these kids a chance. And that's what the Yankees did, and I agree with that. Ben Rice, and look, Ben Rice isn't the best defensively over at first base. He's played, they said like over 120 games catching, and then like a quarter of that or a third of that at first. But look, I mean, he hasn't been great, but I mean, he's not the best over there. But look, you get him some reps, you see what he can do with the bat. I'm willing to take the risk because DJ LeMahieu is going to do nothing over there. Okay, so and I'm okay with that. All right, if he's so bad defensively at first base, then guess what? Then you figure it out at the deadline. But I'd rather give this young kid a shot who's 25 years old than freaking DJ LeMahieu who's 35 and hasn't hit in years and first base isn't even his primary position either. So, like, what are we doing at that point? So anyway, Gleyber Torres, we'll see how he is. I don't know. I haven't heard any update on him. Austin Wells had a huge double in this game as well. So 1 for 4 for him. And DJ was 0 for 3. So, yeah, I mean, we had a couple big hits. Stan had a big hit. Volpe had a big hit. Wells had a big hit. And the Yankees were able to tackle on some runs. And they win this one 4-2. They had a 4-0 lead. Excuse me. 4-0 lead heading into the ninth. And they bring in Clay Holmes, who's been cardiac Clay of late. And gave up a leadoff hit to who's the guy? Gunnar Henderson, and then Anthony Santander hit a 2-run home run. So it was 2-4 at that point. But Clay Holmes was able to bear down and get the next 3 outs. So overall, I mean, the bullpen was great tonight. Outside of Clay Holmes being shaky in the ninth, Luke Weaver went an inning. He's been a great setup guy. He went the 8th inning. Went 1 inning, gave up a hit. Other than that, he was fine. Michael Tonkin, who's been amazing for us, 2.23 ERA on the season right now. He went an inning, had a strikeout and a walk. And Nestor Cortez, let's give some props to him. He was amazing. Generated a ton of weak contact from the Orioles. He went 6 shutout innings, gave up 5 hits, had 6 strikeouts. ERA was at was over 3.5. Coming in the game, it's now down to 3.36. So shout out to Nestor Cortez because the Orioles made him work, especially in the first inning. The Orioles were fouling off a ton of pitches. His pitch count after the first inning was like 25 pitches, almost 25 pitches, I think. And they really made him work, fouling off a lot of pitches. And the Orioles got they got runners in scoring position the first few innings. And a lot of that was because they were getting a lot of dinky hits. Just like hits that were shouldn't have been hits, honestly, but they were. They're soft contact that was just finding a spot that they were either able to beat out or find a hole somewhere in the infield or shallow outfield. And you couldn't really, beat up Nestor on that, because that happens. It's baseball. There is some luck involved with that. But, Nestor was able to bear down and work out of those innings. He got a ton of ground balls, which was great. An Orioles team that, is up there, in the league leaderboard of home runs. And, he did everything you could ask today. He gave us length, 6 innings, especially since this team, the bullpen is beat up a little bit. Ian Hamilton is on the IL. He's not going to be able to throw for, I think they said, about 3 weeks because he's got a lat strain. And then there was another pitcher, too, that another bullpen pitcher, too, of ours that went down. It wasn't just Ian Hamilton. Cody Petit, one of our starters that's been filling in with Garrett Cole out and Clark Schmidt out. So, and people were saying too, because the Yankees have to make a roster move, that Petit might have been sent to the minors anyway with Cole coming back tomorrow. But so what? Petit's been good for us, in his fill-in spot starts that he was just now put into the rotation actually recently because Clark Schmidt got hurt, and he's going to be out for a few months too. So injuries are starting to pile up, which really sucks. And then, also in light of this Judge news too, it just really sucks, really freaking sucks. But the Yankees, all you can hope for at this point is just Judge is okay. Judge is okay. I mean, we just got to hope and pray that the X-rays are negative. Sorry, I got a bit of a cough still. Yeah, I mean that's all. That's all I could say. Still refreshing Twitter. Please be okay, Aaron Judge. Please be okay. Please be okay. But honestly, if you want my honest opinion, okay, so I still don't think that the Orioles hit Judge on purpose, okay, because it was a 1-0 game. Why would you hit a guy on purpose over that after all the stuff that happened between Soto and Westberg when it's a 1-0 game? And you guys have the chance to win, and you're putting guys on when you're in the heart of the Yankees order, like that'd be so stupid. So I don't believe that. But I will say, when then Gleyber Torres got hit in the 5th inning, I started to question a bit, wait, is this really happening? Are they retaliating, or is this just one of those games where none of their guys can find the plate consistently? I still think that it's not intentional. But the Gleyber Torres hit by pitch then made me second guess, question a little bit, but I still don't think it was intentional. But I'm still pissed off. Come on. If you're going to throw inside, know where you're throwing the freaking ball. I'm tired of this shit. Don't throw up and in if you don't know where the ball's going. That's all I'm going to say. That really pisses me off. It really does. Especially when you're doing that shit to one of the top players, not the top, the best player in the sport, or just any great player in general. I understand you're trying to get the guy out, you're trying to make an amazing pitch, but you're going to throw in the danger zone. The danger zone in baseball is above above the belt area, slightly above the belt area, above above the stomach region, or where your ribs are. That's when you get into the danger zone, because that's where you get, obviously closer to the head, and you get, not just the head, but the hands, the wrist, the arm, obviously ribs too. That's not good either. And that's just simple knowledge. You go above the belt, you're starting to get in the danger zone there. If you're going to hit a guy on purpose, I'm just saying this in general. If you're going to hit a guy on purpose and you're not a total asshole, you're gonna hit them below the belt or below. You could hit them where the belt region is, but if you start getting above that, that's kind of serious. That is serious. Pedro Martinez would do that shit, and that's why I honestly have had no respect for that guy, because you don't go head hunting. You don't do that. That's just incredibly foolish. You're threatening with a guy's career at that point. So, that's all I'm going to say. That's just simple knowledge that I just kind of want to state out there. I don't think the guy Suarez or the other Orioles pitcher hit our guys on purpose. I don't believe that. But I mean, I don't know. Do the Yankees retaliate? I don't know. I don't know. They didn't tonight, but I don't know. Maybe Cole retaliates. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not condoning violence. Frankly, I don't want the Yankees to retaliate, honestly, because then it's just going to lead to worse and worse crap. It's just going to carry on and on and on and on and on. People are going to get ejected and stuff. I don't want it. I just want it to end. But I'm just pissed off as a fan. Like, if you're going to throw the ball, if that's where you're going to throw the ball, try and get a guy out, know where you're throwing the freaking ball, okay? I understand it's an accident, but come on, just like have a better idea where you're throwing the ball. But I understand accidents happen, but just really, really annoying, really frustrating. So now we're at it tomorrow. Garrett Cole get the ball in his season debut, actually. Since getting hurt in spring training, and we'll get to see him, and hopefully, we'll see some good stuff from him. That would be nice. And then Thursday, we have Luis Hill get the ball, and he's been spectacular this year. We've talked about him so much. He's 9-1, 2.03 ERA, 96 strikeouts. He's a Cy Young candidate right now. The season ended today. This guy probably wins the Cy Young, the AL Cy Young. So for the Orioles tomorrow, Cade Povich will go against Garrett Cole. I don't know if I'm saying that name right. He's 0-1 with a 4.76 ERA. And then Cole Irvin will go for the Orioles on Thursday against Hill. He is 6-3 with a 3.03 ERA. So obviously the Yankees are facing the back end of the Orioles rotation. I mean, they don't have to see Burns or Grayson Rodriguez or John Means or any of that. He's hurt, by the way, but so they don't have to see the Orioles' best pitchers, which is nice. But obviously, the Orioles and their team and their lineup, every game obviously is going to be a fight, and we have our ace coming back for tomorrow. So realistically, we should win this series, honestly. Anything less than, 2 out of 3 is unacceptable, to be honest. I understand the Orioles are good, but it's not like we're facing Corbin Burns or anybody in the series or Rodriguez. So there's really no excuse to not win at least 2 or 3. I would love to sweep them, but I mean, it's the Orioles. I doubt we're sweeping them. I'd be shocked, honestly, if we swept them. But 2 or 3 is a must, especially when you have Cole coming back. Look, I understand Cole. Maybe tomorrow he'll be rusty, right? Maybe he'll have to fine tune some things and he won't be great. It's possible, right? It's baseball. That's fine. I'm just glad he's back. I hope he can stay healthy because he's up there. He's getting up there in age now, 33. But then the Yankees have Luis Hill on the ball to wrap up the series. So should win one of those games. Very well should. Whether it's tomorrow or Thursday. And the Yankees now improved to 51-24. They now have a 2.5 game lead against Baltimore. Hopefully we can get up to 3.5. That would be great. And 4.5 would be freaking amazing. I mean, that would be stunning, but I'm not expecting that. And the schedule doesn't get any easier after this series because then Atlanta comes into town. So take it out what you will. And let's just hope at this point, guys, that we can finish this series, next 2 games strong, and Aaron Judge is okay. And I really emphasize Aaron Judge being okay because if he's not, it's over. And I mean, technically, it's not over. Like, it's never over. But I mean, if he's out for a long period of time, the chances of this team winning the division are very slim. Could they still make the playoffs? Yes. But then you got to worry about Judge coming back. Oh, is he fully healed? This and that. That would be months down the line. Let's just hope that this is not a serious injury and he doesn't need to miss significant time. Let's hope that he simply got like a bad bruise or, yeah, it would be like a bruise, you know. Um, so yeah, uh, but trying to think if there's anything else to cover. I don't think there is. So I think that's going to do it for this edition of the Yankees on Deck podcast. I'm glad to be back. Thank you guys if you have tuned in up to this point or at any point, in this show. Really appreciate you guys. Let's go Yankees, and hopefully Aaron Judge is all right. Have a good night, everybody.